Hello, welcome to student. Welcome to my channel called with Rahul Kumawat. We are going to discuss a very important question which is based on 2 pointers only. It is very famous question and he's been asked by a lot of companies, so that's why we are going to discuss it. This is our the 2 pointer series lectures only. Before that, I will also explain you that I have created a lot of handwritten notes in which all the uh, patterns, all the questions that can be asked in 2 pointers is written here at all. So that's why you can download it, you can watch the lecture and can read the theories, algorithms, patterns, and even questions that can be asked uh, by farm companies. So it will be very useful document for you, so you can download it. So yes, we are going to resume our lecture again. I am going to explain this question first of all. So we are given an integer b and a shorted array of n containing distinct element. We need to find the number of rectangles configured L comma B such that area is L cross B should be lesser than B. B is area which is given to me. Each ordered pair L comma B is considered a distinct configuration. So each ordered pair L comma B is considered distinct configuration means the pair 2 and 3 and the pair 3 and 2 both are different only. Actually, what you need to understand here is that these 2 and 3 and these 3 and 2 are different because L and B are length and width only. So it is 2 cross 3 and 3 cross 2. So 2 cross 3 and 3 cross 2 both are different in dimension because in one part the 2 is the length and the other one is 3 is the length. So the 2 and 3 and 3 or 2 are both different pair altogether. So yes, if we are going to thinking about it, so we are given an integer and we are giving in area L cross B, we need to find the ordered pair which is considered distinct configuration. For example, if array is given to me is 2, 3 and 5 and area which is given to me is 15, I need to calculate the number of ordered pair that can be configured from here. So from that I have calculated the number of ordered pair is 2 and 2 because what the 2 and 2 gives us 4 and 4 is lesser than B. Okay, so the 4 is lesser than B and then 2 and 3 which is 6 is again lesser than B. 2 and 5 which is 10, area is 10 and 10 is lesser than 15. 3 and 2 is again 6 and 6 is lesser than 15. 3 and 3 is 9 and 9 is again lesser than 15. 5 and 2 is again 10 and it is also lesser than 15. So yes, it is lesser than 15, so it is considered a valid pair. And here it is what? It is 4. The area is 4 here and this is also lesser than 15. So all are lesser than 15, so all are considered valid pair. So the answer is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. So answer will be 6 only. So how we can use a 2 pointers approach in this question? So the first approach that I am going to use it is your brute force approach. Brute force approach. In the brute force approach, what we are going to thinking about it, that we are going to traverse array in 2 loops. For example, for int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length and then I plus plus. I am writing this code in Java only, you know, so that's why you need to understand it that I am writing this code in Java. J is equal to what? J is equal to I plus 1 and J is lesser than what? Array dot length and then J plus plus also. So yes, this is our second loop. Now what we are going to do in this question is, in this second array we are going to create a condition that if array of I into array of J is lesser than B which is given to me, then count plus plus. Then what? Count plus plus and then these are some conditions. and I have considered that integer count is equal to 0, and I calculate the count plus plus, and I return the count only. I return count. So yes, this is simple question which we can solve this question by using the brute force approach only. But what is most important in this question is we should not solve this question in brute force approach, because what happen in this case is if you are going to solve in this brute force approach, it will take what? It will take order of n square, which is not that much efficient. In order to create it more optimized, what you need to do is you need to reduce it in order of n only. Order of n only. So in order to reduce it from order of n, what you need to do in this question is you need to think about two pointers approach. You need to think about the two pointers approach. So yes, I am going to write code in Java for two pointers approach. So that's why I am using now two pointers approach. Yes, I am using now two pointers approach. Okay. So yes, in this case, for example, I just want to write a function which is also given me an array. I'm writing code in Java. Okay. So yes, this is given to me, and again what is given to me is area, which is also a integer. Now what I need to do in this question is again I initialize the count here, and now I consider the two pointers. The first pointers is initial pointers, and the second pointers is what? Second pointers is your last integers, your last element. So last index is considered the second pointers, and the first pointers is what? First pointers is your first index. So yes, we are going to traverse it in loop in this way that I is lesser than j only. If I is lesser than j, then what happen in this case is it complete the loop. Whenever I greater than j, then loop will be completed. So yes, we are going to traverse in a loop where I is lesser than j. Okay. Now what happen in this case is now I am consider the current element, which is what? Which is array of I plus array of j. This is our current summation. This is our current multiplication. This is our current multiplication. So yes, this is our current multiplication only. Yes, if what? If current multiplication is greater than b, it means what? It means it is not a valid point. It is not a valid pairs. If it is not a valid pair, what we need to do is we need to reduce the current element. In order to reduce the current, what we need to do is we need to reduce the array of j. In order to reduce the array of j, what we need to do is we need to do j minus minus. So yes, we need to do j minus minus. Else what happen? Else current multiplication is lesser than and equal to b. Current multiplication is lesser than and equal to b, which is our condition. If area L is greater than, each ordered pair is considered distinct configuration if area which is equal to L cross b is lesser than b. It means if it is equal to b also, then it is not considered a valid pointers. It is not considered valid pairs. So if current multiplication is lesser than b, it means it is considered a valid pair. If it consider a valid pair, then what happen in this case? If it is considered a valid pairs, then you need to count all the pairs. You need to count all the pairs. For example, yes, I'm explaining this is you need to think about more briefly in this question. For example, if this is an array, suppose this is an array which is 2, which is 3, that is 3, and which is suppose 4, which is 4, and even this is 5, and your area is considered what? Area is considered 12. Okay. And now suppose you consider this is your I also, and this is considered your j. Okay. Now if you multiply this and this, what you will get? You will get 10. You will get what? You will get 10, which is lesser than 12. Okay, which is lesser than 12. It means what? It means it is considered a valid pair or not? Yes, it is considered a valid pair. If it is considered a valid pair, it means it need to be counted. It need to be counted. If it need to be counted, then what happen? If it need to be counted, it means this 2 and 3 is a valid pair. It means this 2 and 5 is a valid pair. Now understand, if 2 and 5 is a valid pair, don't you think that 2 and 4 should be valid pair? Don't you think 2 and 3 should be a valid pair? Yes or no? Yes, because if 2 and 5 is a valid pair, so 2 and 4 will give me itself a number which is lesser than 2 and 5 only. So if 2 and 4 which is lesser than 2 and 5 only, it means it should be considered a valid pair itself only. So therefore that's why if 2 and 5 is a valid pair, it means 2 and 3 should also be valid pair. It means 2 and 3 should also be valid pair. Now understand it. I have already told to you that 2 and 5 is a valid pair. 2 and 5 is a valid pair. If 2 and 5 is a valid pair, then it is understood by us that 2 and 4 should be a valid pair. It is also understood us that 2 and 3 is also valid pair. It is 2 and 3 is also valid pair. Now understand again. If 2 and 5 is a valid pair, then 5 and 2 should also be valid pair. It means 5 and 2 should also be valid pair. It means what? It means 4 and 2. It means 4 and 2 should also be valid pair. It means 4 and 2 should also be valid pair. If 2 and 3 is a valid pair, it means what? It means 3 and 2 should also be valid pair. It means 2 and 3 and 3 and 2 both are valid pair, and these are distinct pair only. It is not the same pair. Why so? Because here 2 is the length and 5 is the width. Here 5 is the length and 2 is the width. It means what? And again, the one pair I have missed it. This is what? 2 and 2. If 2 and 5 is a valid pair, then 2 and 2 should also valid pair. And these opposite is what? Again 2 and 2 only. This opposite is also again 2 and 2 only. So yes, what you need to do is that your valid pair will be what? The length that you can calculate from 2 to 5, the total length into 2, total length and then 2, the total length, and then it should be multiplied by the 2. It should be multiplied by the 2, then minus 1. That is what you need to understand. This is considered a valid pair also. This is considered what? This is considered valid pair. Okay. This is considered valid pair. What happened in this case is why we need to subtract minus 1. Why? Because this 2 and 2 and these 2 and 2 both are same only. So we need to subtract minus 1 in order to substantiate this valid pair combination. So in order to substantiate this valid pair combination, what we need to do is we need to multiply 2 and 5. We need to multiply all the lengths. So I have considered L into 2 and then minus 1, because this 2 and 2 and this 2 and 2 are same only. So that's why these pair combination and the one combination that I have achieved. That's why it is L into 2 minus 1. Okay. So now I can write code. I am writing code in Java. Yes. So you understand that I am writing all the code in Java only. So yes, else what you need to do in this question is, else you need to calculate length. The length is what? Length is j minus I plus 1. Yes, this is considered a length. And then your count plus will be what? Your count plus will be L cross to minus 1 only. This is your count only. And then count plus will be L cross to minus 1. This is considered a valid pair. Now suppose I have considered 2 and 5 is a valid pair. Now what we need to do is we need to increase I plus plus, because because if 2 and 5 is a valid pair, we can't say, because if 2 and 5 is a valid pair, because if 2 and 5 is a valid pair, because 2 and 5 is a valid pair, we can't say about 3 and we can't say about this 3 and 4, we can't say about this 4 and 5, we can't say about this 3 and 5 also. So yes, we can't say this 3 and 5, we can't say these 3 and 5. So yes, that's why we are going to do this. I have increased the I plus plus also. So yes, I have increased I plus plus, and then what I need to do is I need to complete this loop, and then I need to what? I need to return count. I need to return count only, and that is your answer. It is a very good question. You can understand it. It is a very good use of two pointers, how the two pointers can be useful in order to understand the algorithm in a very great time complexity. The time complexity for this solution is order of n only. Why the time complexity is order of n? Because each and every element in this array is going to traverse in only one time. So that's why the time complexity for this solution is order of n, and the space complexity for this solution is what? This is considered time complexity, and then space complexity considered for this solution is what? Consider is this order of 1 only, because I haven't used anything, I haven't used anything. Complexity, this is time complexity, and then this is also called your space complexity. Okay, so this way this is called your time complexity, and this is considered your space complexity. So yes, this is considered your good solution, and it is considered a good use of your two pointers approach also. For next video, again we are going to discuss a next method that can be useful and that can be asked when found company. So yes, try to subscribe this channel if you want to watch this type of useful video. If you want to make my suggestion, my advice and my contribution in your journey, you can subscribe my channel called with Rahul Kumawat also. Yes, thanks for watching.